everyone, welcome to Long Arm Wednesday. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop. We're working on a customer's quilt today and we're just finishing it up. It's got a beautiful gray backing on it and a very cute square in a square with a little border and a little cornerstones. I think those are the ones you put in the corners of them. I'm not exactly sure. I know there's a specific name for those, but anyways. So there's lots of those and all the sorts of different colors. Really nice color palette. I think she said it was World War II, but I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong. So anyways, she liked the celery as the color thread, so I've got glide in the top and the bottom of celery, and we've just did an overall pattern. She said she likes circles and swirls and feathers, so that's literally what I put on it. It's called Feathers and Swirls Panto. And I've set it out so it was going 4 across and 4 down. I had to just make sure there. And it was literally 90% done. And of course I want to film some of it for you. So as I was going across the row, I hit quick pause. Went and did my stuff, deal with my little munchkins I look after in the morning and the afternoon sometimes. And then I went back to the monitor because we wanted to go watch, finish watching a movie. And I hit a wrong button. So now it doesn't know where it is. So I was like, uh-oh. That's okay, we can fix this. So it actually had, the stop button had actually been hit. So right now it's going, okay, well we've stitched 90% of this. What are we gonna do? We've got like 2 more things to do, right? So I thought, oh, all we have to do is restart. So we come over to the system, hit restart. It's gonna think, okay, oops, it was taking me out there. This is where we ended off. This is where we're gonna restart. But say what if it actually had started stitching a little bit and I hit quit pause. And then the stop button had happened. And it had already done like a swirl or half a feather or something like that. Then you're like, well, I don't want to stitch that swirl and half a feather again because it's going to start at the beginning, right? Then you go and pick a new point. And that you would want to put that point a little bit past of like where it's already stitched, and it's going to have to cross over each other to get to where you want it to continue stitching. So that's how you do that, okay? So the new point, as I'm going to put it, so it was right there, I believe. I want to make sure it is the same on my little monitor here, that is where it's going to start. Yes, it is. So it's come over from this block over here, and now it wants to start. So I go, yes, quilt. It's going to go down and up. We're going to hold those threads, hit the OK button, and off it's going to go. It's going to continue on like it had nothing had ever happened, right? So that's why I was like, oh, we got this. I almost had a little heart attack because I heard it go ting and I was like, uh-oh. Oh no. I'm like, no, we can fix this quite easily. It's all good, it's all good. So it's gonna stitch itself out, and it's really, like I said, it's a lovely little pattern. It's got lovely colors on it. And the celery really makes it pop like the lighter greens that you're catching in this tone here, and there's even greens and blues in here and stuff. It was a smart choice. Yeah, I was trying to think of what else we would have actually done with it. The only thing I probably could think of was maybe Yellow Whisper or something like that. It's what I have in my collection. I'm sure there's like hundreds and hundreds of other colors out there, but you know. And it's just going to stitch itself out. When I was doing the last row, it does want you to click out your edge to edge. So I would make my way from here and I would click, 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 and click, 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 all the way across. And you'll see sometimes it's about 1/4 of an inch out from one corner to the other. That's not bad. That's not bad for a big quilt like this, right? I think it was 72 by 62. So, and then that's way I know I can tweak the pattern to make sure it's going to come down a little bit lower on this side and a little bit higher on that side, and then it's still nice and even and beautiful all the way across. And it's going to stitch out. It takes about 12 minutes, 11 minutes to do both of them. Probably speed it up just a smidgy there. Yeah, that won't take as long. There we go. Perfect. So as it's been Canada's 150th birthday this year, Parks Canada has actually offered passes to people. It's national parks, not your provincial parks. So you have to go to like Banff National Park. That's why I got my pass. We're going to go see our family that lives in Calgary in May, and we're going to go to Banff National Park and have some fun. Oh yeah, free pass. Can't wait. So check it out. Make plans to go visit a national park. It's starting to get nicer now. I know it's almost the end of March and it's Canada, and we only have a short, sunny, little warm season. So take the most of it. Got up to like 13 the other day. I was almost getting flip-flops out. It's like, woo! We got this. Spring's coming. And then it snowed yesterday morning. Not impressed at all. As a crossing guard, I'm willing and more than willing to get rid of my layers at this point. Just a jacket and my sign, I'm good. Just waiting so I can just wear my vest and my sign. Oh, and I got a brand new stop sign. Oh, so pretty. They have new bling. Well, it's it was just like the other one, but the other one got beaten up from like 4 winters and the wind and frost, and yeah, it takes abuse. So, and mine lights up when I have it in the upright direction. It flashes stop. So, I got control. I got power. Not a lot. It's the only power I have. So we got some plans for future Long Arm Wednesdays. They found this in my collection. It's actually a tablecloth. And I've been really wanting to do a whole cloth kind of series while we're marking it out and we're making a pattern and we're kind of doing this, but I didn't really want to do it on just a plain piece of fabric. So I'm going to take this tablecloth. I'm going to try and see if I can get some of the other little gravy stains or who knows, whatever it was, a little bit about some on there. And I'm going to do a nice little whole cloth pattern over it. So do something in the center and then something up the sides and just plan it all out. It'll be a Long Arm Wednesday. You see either the machine doing some, me doing some. You'll see it all. We'll work together. And we're making bags like crazy in the shop too. I've been kind of a little collection going on here. I'm using my scrappy bits like crazy. Got some 2-inch strips and then 6-inch squares and 2.5-inch squares, and just having a lot of fun. Just making some bags, and they'll be for sales. Make a few more. Had plans for like 6 or 7 more. Sometimes when you get in the bag mode, you just keep going. Love bags. I won't be a crazy cat lady, I'll be a crazy bag lady. It's almost done the second one, and it's going to head into well, I guess it's the third really, and then it's going to head into the 4th one. I love watching. When you see me look up here, I have a very big screen up on my wall here that I can go, it's more of a visual. If I'm over here, I don't want to have to always just go over to the little monitor to see what I got going on. So my husband was very kind and generous to hook it up, and that's why I have internet through there too, and that's how we end up losing that stuff, because we were going to Netflix to watch a movie. We only watch movies. We don't watch any series shows. I like more educational stuff, family and children stuff. Sometimes those syndicated shows are just annoying. And I'm sure the kids find entertainment for it, but this adult does not. Not at all. And the batting that was actually given for this quilt, I believe it's 100% cotton. It's super soft. I was like, ooh, it's like luxe. Sometimes my customers want their own batting in it, or they have batting from a collection, or they found it on sale, buy bags or whatever, and that's fine. Use have what I have, or use what you bring. So it doesn't matter. I really like this pattern to begin with because it has a lot of movement to it without cluttering it, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes when you do feathers and it just seems like feather after feather after feather after feather, it's always the same movement, right? This has, you know, a bit of feathers, a little bit of twirl to it, a little hook, you know, some big spiral. It's a nice soft movement throughout the whole quilt. Like, I think I did this on a Quilt of Valor as well. I really liked it as, I think it was, a very blue flowy quilt, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if we filmed that one though. We try to film everything that we can, be a customer-wise. And we always ask them if they're willing to, you know, put it out on social media, if they're okay with that. Sometimes they want us to wait to a date to be able to publish it because it's, you know, a gift for somebody and just in case they happen to see it. You know, I don't want to ruin any surprises. Almost done. I love watching it work. It's a little mesmerizing sometimes. I find that with my embroidery machine. If it's stitching away, I just like nodding off. It's almost there. And it's fine to come take your pattern just a little bit past where your base stitches are, because that is an edge to edge. You want to go a little bit, you know, to make sure everything's down. And I tried this with 3 per row, like 3 per row, and it made it a little bit bigger, but to me it was just a little bit too much space in between those spirals. I wanted a little bit more, so that's why I'm doing 4 and 4. So we did have a couple of questions about how border corners and stuff, so I'll be doing that on a future one, so stay tuned if you're interested in how to set up border corners with your Gamel or with your software. I'm sure it's probably softwares are pretty similar. I wouldn't think they'd be too different. So maybe the general idea is still there. I'll just scoot this over just a smidgy and see how much we have left. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. Oh no, you can only shrink out. There we go. Just a little bit. And then I'll unhook it and then just pull it out so you can see the whole quilt. It's quite beautiful. I like the fabrics that were chosen. I didn't realize until I was actually, I think it was on the third pass or something like that. It's very similar fabrics, they just got a different, it's just color. The pattern's the same, like the little stencil of the flower on here, but that's blue, that's brown, that's red, you know. And the same with this blue here, bluey gray, it's the same as what's in the orange. So I was like, oh, that really ties it all together. And then it seems like these cornerstones, like I said, I'm probably wrong on calling them that. I know there's probably another word, and those are all a different fabric, but they match. It's a totally different fabric from what I've seen in any of the other squares. But very cute. I'm hoping she's just as happy with it. I got a couple of baby quilts to do too. Super cute, super fun. They'll all be free motion fun. They like my little swirls and hearts and stuff like that. So and last week's was the donation quilt for the Erin Village Quilters, Erin Hillsburg Quilt Guild. Their donated quilt got quilted up, and it was, I think it was very beautiful. It was well received by the guild member who came to pick it up. So, and I think they decided that more of a solid blue binding would have suited that quilt better than what the backing was, because the backing had a little bit of that cream and yellow and stuff like that on those little feathers. Oh, and that's that. Quilt is done. Ding ding. It's like cake's ready. All right, so we're just gonna snip that there. Pull this here, and we're just gonna unclamp either side here, and then I'll show you this beautiful quilt. Okay. Okay. Put that there. There, we'll loosen the bottom. Loosen the top. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Absolutely beautiful. It's unraveling under there, I can hear it. Lots of color, but really subdued also in the same way. You know what I mean? It's just got a little pop of color here and there. That's why I thought the celery, or we thought, wasn't just my thought, it was customers' thought as well, that the celery would have looked really pretty on this. So thank you very much for watching and liking and subscribing. We really appreciate it here at the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. And stick around for other Long Arm Wednesdays and weekend projects, okay? Thanks, everybody. Bye.